Welcome to lesson 1.6 of our Future Ready Digital Skills, and I'm glad you are here for a continuation. Have you ever heard someone say, "This app doesn't work on my phone," or "My computer looks different from yours"? Most of the time, the reason is simple. They are using different operating systems. In this lesson, I will show you how to identify operating systems and understand why they matter. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to understand what an operating system is, identify common operating systems on computers and mobile phones, check which operating systems your device is using, and understand why operating systems affect apps and features. And as I go through it, I will be demonstrating to you. Then after the lesson, you go do it yourself. So we're just going to do a quick refresh on what an operating system is. And we did that at the very beginning of this series. And I said an operating system, often called an OS, is the main software that controls how a device works. So it's like the boss that manages your screen, your keyboard or your touch inputs, the apps and programs that you run on your system, the memory and the storage, as well as your internet connections. So every digital device has an operating system. Without it, the device cannot function. Great. So let's look at some common desktop operating systems. And we all know about Windows, which is the most commonly used operating system on personal computers all over the world. And it's used on laptops and desktops and common in most of our offices, schools, and homes as we speak today. Then the macOS is used on Apple computers, and it is found on MacBooks and iMacs, and they are known for a clean design. And we've got the last but not the least, which is the Linux or Linux, which is an open source operating system often used by developers and servers, and it's also available on personal computers. So even though they look different, they all perform the same basic role. So that is a typical example of a Windows interface, and another typical example of a Mac OS interface for the Apple users, and the Linux, which is the open source software operating system. So that's also their interface. Well done. Now let's look at common mobile operating systems. So the mobile phones and the laptops that we use also come with their own installed operating systems. So for Android, it's being used by many different phone brands. So Samsung is using Android, Techno, Infinix, itel, and a host of them. Then we have the iOS, now I think version 26 point something at the minute, which is used on iPhones and our iPads. So apps are often designed differently depending on whether you are using an Android or an iOS. Now, let's get to the practical bit where we check our operating system. So how do you check your operating system on your smartphone? So on your smartphone, you open settings, then you can just search for about phone or about device, depending on the phone type or the operating system type, whether it's an Android or iOS. Then on your computer, so let's check this one quickly. On the phone, so let me share my screen so that I can demonstrate for you to see. Okay, so on the iPhone, you go to your settings. Now you go to general, you go to about, then you see iOS version, which is what 26.1, and you can do same for your Android. Okay, so that's about it. I'm going to stop sharing and minimize this. So this is how you check the operating system version on your mobile phone. Then for your computer system, you open settings or you just search for system information. And if you are using macOS or Linux, you can do the same. Look for Windows version, macOS, or Linux version. So knowing this helps when installing apps or asking for support. And it's important that you are aware of this so that if you are troubleshooting your system, you'll be able to get the support that you need. So on your Windows, you hit on the Windows logo key, which opens up the start menu, and I can just search for system information. So once I type system, automatically I see system info. It gives me the OS name, the version, the manufacturer, and a host of other details that will be relevant to me. That's it. So whenever you're troubleshooting, looking to download drivers for your system, you need some of these details for that. Great. So why operating systems matter? So our operating systems matter because not all apps work on all operating systems. So we've got certain apps on our Android device, like the Samsung, which are not on our Apple device, the iOS version. Okay, so you need to know. Then also, the features may look different. Then updates are also different, and security settings vary across different platforms. So understanding your operating system helps you make better decisions and avoid confusion. So this is for you to try. You've seen me demonstrate. So I want you to check the operating system on your device, write down the name and version, and identify whether it's a desktop or a mobile system. And I know this is helping build digital awareness. So in summary, we've learned what an operating system is, common desktop and mobile operating systems, how to check your operating system, and why operating systems matter. And in the next lesson, we will explore basic networking concepts, how devices connect to the internet and to each other. If this lesson helped you, please subscribe to the channel to receive all new lessons as I release them. Let's continue building your digital confidence step by step. And I really appreciate you for staying through till the end. God bless you, and do share with a friend. Bye-bye, and see you in lesson 1.7. Stay blessed.